Hello and welcome to my channel, Learn Driving with Common Man. This is my fourth lesson on the theory test of UK full driving license, and the topic we are covering in this lesson is the alertness. And I have already made my 3 lessons on this topic, and if you want to check out these first, the links will be provided in the section in the description below. Right, let's start this lesson with the question on the screen. What does the term blind spot mean? Now, imagine yourself, you're sitting in the car and your instructor asks you, do you know what's the meaning of blind spot? What does it mean? Or what should your answer be? Let's check out the options. An area covered by your right hand mirror, an area not covered by your headlights, an area covered by your left hand mirror, or it's an area which is not visible to the driver. To me, the answer for this question is most likely to be the number 4. However, blind spot, if I'm sitting in the cars, I've corrected my mirrors, the right and the left both, and the ones inside the interior one. And now, before driving off, I'm checking on these mirrors. Is there anyone behind me coming? Is anyone walking on the side of the car? Is there any motorcyclist, cyclist? Okay, I have checked all the mirrors, but the last thing before I move off I should do is to look over my shoulders. So that's what a blind spot is. Why do we look over our shoulders? Because the area that we see by looking over our shoulders is not covered by the mirrors, because the mirrors are curved, so they do not cover all of the area that you can see from your car. Okay, let's select the last one, this option, and see if it's right. Ooh, we got it right. Why is it right? Modern vehicles provide the driver with a good view of both the road ahead and being used well-positioned mirrors. However, the mirrors cannot see every angle of the scene behind and to the sides of the vehicle. It's essential that you know when and how to check the vehicle's blind spots so that you are aware of any hidden hazards. Okay, let's move into the next one. Now, what is likely to happen if you use a hands-free phone while you're driving? Okay, I'm driving my car and I'm using a hands-free phone. Now, what's going to happen? Well, if I imagine myself doing that, I think this will divert my attentions and um, and divert my concentration to another things while I'm driving, which is not safe to do so because it can cause a hazard for me and for the drivers on the road. Let's see if what are the options. It will improve your safety, it will increase your concentration, it will reduce your view, it will divert your attention. Going for the number 4. Check our answers. Yes, it is correct. Now let's move on to the next one. What should you do before slowing down or stopping your vehicle? Sound the horn, select the higher gear, use the mirrors, flash the headlights. I think selecting a higher gear is not a good, appropriate action to perform, because obviously you do not stop your cars in a higher gear when you're not driving automatic, because in the automatic there's no gears to select. When you're driving a manual car, you select the lower gear when you're stopping your cars. And flash the headlights. You only flash your headlights when there is a hazard ahead, or you're trying to make the other drivers aware of you, and because maybe they're going to place you in a dangerous position and you want to flash your headlights at them and also sound the horn. So I think the answer should be the number two. Use the mirrors before stopping just to see the situation behind my car and on the sides of my car. Is there any hazard hidden? Yes, it is correct. Right. You're driving your car. When may you use a handheld mobile phone? When you're receiving a call, when you have parked safely, when you're driving at less than 30 miles per hour, when your car has an automatic transmission. In any case, any situation, we should never use our phone while we are driving because it diverts our attentions to another things, which is not safe to do so, and place us and others in a dangerous position and can also cause a collision. So we should only be using a mobile phone when we are parked safely on the on the side on a parking place. Let's see if the answer is two. Yes, it is. And here is the explanation why it is. Please do read the explanation because it will also help you to practice your theory in a more understanding way, and you easily, if you get it wrong the first time, so you would be able to get it right in the second time. How can you make sure that a satellite navigation system does not distract you when you are driving? If I'm using a navigation system in my car and I don't want it to distract me, how am I going to make sure of this? Let's see the options. Turn it off while you're driving in both of areas. Choose a voice that you find calming. Only set the destination when you're lost. Set it before starting your journey. I think choosing a voice will not help us to make sure that it's not distracting us, and also turning off while you're driving in both of areas. Like sometimes you're driving in areas where you don't know where you need to go, how you need to get to your destination, what ways you need to be taken. So obviously you will be using a navigation system. Turning it off will also not help us by not being distracted by it. So I think we only should be setting a destination when we are lost, or maybe set it before starting our journey. I think we should. It's the number four. I think like we should not be using it while we're driving. We should set it before we drive our car to the destination we need to go. Here is the explanation, and it's right. Excuse me. What should you do if your mobile phone rings while you're driving or riding? Stop immediately, answer it immediately, leave it until you have stopped in a safe place, pull up at the nearest curb. We have already covered this kind of a question, but this question they are asking us in a different way. But the answer is the same by stopping in a safe place. This is when we can only use our phone while we're driving. We should never and we must not use our phones when we are driving because it does divert our attentions and then it can cause collisions as well. And none of us want this to happen, so please do not use your phones while you're driving. Yes, leave it until you have stopped in a safe place. Now let's move on to the next question. You are on a long motorway journey. What should you do if you start to feel sleepy? play some loud music, stop on the hard shoulder for a rest, drive faster to complete your journey sooner, leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. Obviously, by placing a loud music, it will also, in fact, it's going to help us to make more sleepy. It's going to help us feel more sleepy than not trying to keeping us awake. And the second one, the hard shoulder can only be used is when we our car's broken down or in an emergency, you know, our car's has all of a sudden broken on the motorway. This is when we will be using the hard shoulder to not to stop our car in the lanes of driving on a motorway. Drive drive faster to complete your journey sooner. No, you can only drive to the speed limit, which is the 70 miles per hour on the motorway. So you cannot drive any faster than a 70 miles an hour because if you try to do it, the cameras can catch your speed and you will be getting a speed point, which is a not good thing on the new license. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. I guess this one should be the one. So if you're feeling sleepy and tired, first you should stop. Leave the motorway, and then stop in a safe place where you can rest yourself. And after maybe 2-3 hours, get back on the motorway where you want it to go. And let's see what the answer is. Yes, it is the right one. Okay, what should you do as you approach this bridge? Okay, so we can see it in the photo, there's a bridge we are going to approaching, and also we have the sign on saying oncoming vehicles in the middle of the road as well. So what should you do as you approach this bridge? If I was driving on this road and I was approaching this bridge, so will I move to the right? Will I slow down? Will I change my gear? Obviously, we can't move to the right because the right side of the road is used by the oncoming traffic. We have to stay on the left. Left lane is for the use of a normal driving. So I guess I will slow down myself just to avoid any hazards and be prepared for the hazards maybe coming towards us. Any potential hazards, any potential collision, just to avoid them. So I should I should slow down when I see that bridge. Let's see. Yes, it's the right answer. There we go. Every answer, we're getting it right. That's it, guys. Stay with me. We will get it right. Every answer. If you guys help me to subscribe my channel, and please like the video if you like it. And if you're finding my video useful and helpful, please do subscribe it. Because I will be uploading more and more videos on the theory test to help you guys to get your theory passed. And I will be doing some practical lessons, but I haven't bought a car yet. I'm just looking for a car so I can do some practical lessons with you guys as well. Thank you very much. See you again. Have a nice day. And have a lovely life.